Steve, your Native American flute maker in Connecticut, and what we want to go through today is lesson number 1. We want to get you playing within the next 5 minutes, playing the scale. This is lesson 101, and hopefully there are many more to come. One of the very first things that I'd like to do is thank you, first of all, for purchasing your flute from my company, Wispa Flutes. And even if you haven't, this video actually does apply this lesson anyway. And you'll find many lessons on YouTube and other sources. The first thing we want to do is when you get your flute, you always want to know that it's breath control. It's about breath control. And there are many things you can do with your breath. But the first and foremost, most important thing is to try and keep your breath a constant. And you're going to start by whispering through your flute. One of the ways that you can practice with your breath and the amount of volume that comes out of your breath and to keep it constant is simply with a piece of paper. And let's try this together. This is how you would practice getting your lungs not so good at it, am I? The idea is to keep it at a constant, and just by simply taking a piece of paper, you can do that. So practice if you will. Nice shot. Without any further ado, let's get playing. The second most important thing is making the perfect seal on your flute. Okay? This is a C-sharp bass, which I make exclusively, amongst many others. I use Kiowa stock. It's very rare, and it comes from one of the very last grows in the United States. What you want to do is the perfect seal on all of your fingers. The first thing you're going to do is get your key note, and by covering all of the holes. What you want to do is press kind of firmly, and after a few seconds you should have the circle imprint of the holes on your finger to know that you have a good seal. Always remember, use the pads of your fingers, not the tips of your fingers, okay? So let's try this together. Go ahead and pick up your flute, and we're just going to get the key note. Remember, start by whispering. One of the basic and common mistakes is blowing too hard through your flute, okay? Breathe deep, diaphragm and all. The key note. Now, keeping a perfect seal and whispering through your flute lightly until you get that key note, let's go ahead and go up the scale. Ready? Follow with me. Breathe deep. Stop and replay that until you get that key note and go up and down the scale. There's another thing I'd like to go over with you, and it's called Equipe. Okay, when you do Equipe, it kind of makes a Native American sound, which is really kind of cool. You can do it on most any notes. For example, Equipe is simply just lifting one or both of your fingers. You have to do it quickly though, or you're going to get a squeak. So by doing that quickly, you get that Native American sound. Pretty much this is lesson number 1. It's very basic, and I hope you can start experimenting with your flute. It's very exciting, it's very peaceful, and it brings relaxation and calmness to yourself, to your spirit, and to all who listen. And thank you once again. One more time with that scale. thank you once again for joining me in this lesson number 101, and hopefully number 102 will be coming up shortly, and we're going to get into more of the breath control and the vibrato and how to even make some Jethro Tull kind of song, kind of notes coming through your flute. And thank you once again.